All right, we're going to cover a couple of things, but this one first is the level of expectation. This is actually nothing new to Brian. So in the case of using that video wherever he took from a hotel, flying in and out with a drone, that's basically or essentially the same concept that was used definitively in 2010 and 11, okay, with Brian. And Brian's familiar with it. That's one of the reasons that when it comes to certain types of operations, things of that nature, including, like, I'll use Cardona's example. That's why, like, in the case of, like, the undercover billionaire, total 100% at the end of the day. Total trash. 100% staged. Okay, obviously. That's the point. Okay, success does not come from, like, what I don't subscribe. There's never get your advice from millionaires. Okay. All right. Success doesn't come from any of the shit that's coming online with, oh, you got to put in the work and you got to do this and you got to do, oh, screw you. Okay, this is how shit goes down in the real world. All right. This is the real thing. This is the reality. This has actually happened with Brian. Okay. So in the case of flying in and out with that drone, every single person within that hotel and that property had to be staged very, very precisely. Very accurately, with a lot of accuracy and precision. Even when a bartender has to pour a drink and the drone flies underneath them, that takes extreme coordination. Okay, that's the reality behind Brian. That's 100% always has been, all the way back to his youth. Okay, but more noticeable and obvious in 2010 and 11 when they were utilizing. Having Brian intercept big oil, and that's why if you ever hear the phrase, like Brian will refer to the phrase intercepts. When the drone flies under the bartender, that's an intercept. When the drone flies past another housekeeper, that's an intercept. When the drone flies past, that's an intercept. Do you understand what an intercept is now? Oh, okay. It's when data points all meet and collide. Okay. Well, they don't collide, but you have usually 3 or more data points. Okay. That's beside the point. That's some of the details of intricacy. What I'm getting at is that is the level of execution that has to occur around Brian for there to be real success. Now, historically, even in less than a few months ago, less than 12 months, okay, I've had to utilize a backup version of that because cash flows were, for legitimate success, it has to be planned, it has to be scripted, planned, and executed with extreme accuracy and precision and speed, and a fairly high degree of flawlessness, okay, for that to actually result in legitimate high net worth. The high net worth aspect is what you want. You do not want Brian to be poor in any way, shape, or form, obviously, okay? If any person out there, I don't care what their motive is. Oh, I'm trying to gain control. Oh, I'm trying to take a market share of this. Oh, I'm like, whatever. You're an idiot. Okay. All right, seriously. Okay. Because Brian, at the end of the day, if you don't understand basic business concepts, okay, this is one of the factors that Brian brings to his world. Okay. All right. Now, parties have attempted to hijack that and exploit that over the years, and produce in the process of doing so, produce artificial outcomes that were not of the true script or story. They've tried to take the story, and copy the concept and then take the story somewhere else, and only to find out you can't do that. It'll only get you so far, for a good reason. There are safety mechanisms and stop loss mechanisms in place to prevent that. But I'll let those people live and learn. Anyways, so getting back to how things have to be and how things are and how things have to be. That's a real thing. The difference between, and to even, there was one other, and that analogy is nothing new. That was used in The Truman Show. It was also used in a movie with Morgan Freeman, where they like the cubicle scene with Morgan Freeman. You know what I'm talking about? And some sort of like computer planning. It's all project management is really what it is. Okay. If you really want the honest to God truth, what that really is, it's project management. That's why there's when it comes to making movies at the end of the day, there's a reason I have all the what's the word for it? Respect for project the right scripters, the right writers, the people that can generate legitimate storylines, basic concepts, produce that into project management, and then execute on that project management. Now,